program is funded in part by Arkansas Power and Light, an Entergy company.
Hello, I'm Drake Keith, President of Arkansas Power and Light Company. For the third year, APNL is proud to underwrite an exciting competitive educational program that last year brought out thousands of fans. It's the Governor's Academic Competition, or as we call it, the Quiz Bowl. As a former coach, I love hard, clean competition. Tonight you'll see plenty of that as Arkansas's brightest high school scholars show their mental agility in a spirited contest that'll give you plenty to cheer about. Quiz Bowl is truly an athletic contest of the minds. Hundreds of Arkansas teachers have volunteered countless hours to prepare these teams for Quiz Bowl competition. While one team will emerge as the 1993 Quiz Bowl winner, all the team's teachers and parents and their supporters deserve much credit for their success and for their achievements. Now settle back for some competition that'll make you proud as we showcase Arkansas's most outstanding scholastic achievers.
Welcome to the Class B State Championship match today for the 1993 Arkansas Quiz Bowl. Teams from Alpena and rural special school districts are here to determine which team will be the state champion. I am Brenda Matthews from the Department of Education, and I will be serving as moderator today. But you're not here to look at me, you're here to watch these teams. May I first introduce the team from Alpena. Sitting in the number 1 seat is Steve Schiebel. He is a senior. He is an honor roll student and he will attend the University of Missouri. Jeremy Christian is a senior. He will be serving as captain. He's a National Merit Finalist. He received a Harrison Chamber of Commerce Academic Excellence Award. Next to him is Brian Ushry, senior. He is an active member of the FFA. He plans to attend the University of Arkansas to pursue a career in animal science. Completing the team for Alpena is Robin Christian, senior. She also received a Harrison Chamber of Commerce Academic Excellence Award and was the winner of the College of the Ozarks annual writing contest. The alternate for Alpena is Jason Harris, who is a sophomore. The coach is Miss Wilma Finney. That's your team from Alpena. All right, let's meet the team from Rural Special School District. First, we have Jeremy Wilson, who is a senior. He is Vice President of the State FBLA. His favorite subject is history. He plans to attend the University of Arkansas and study pre-med. The captain today is Tim Shellhammer, who is a junior. His favorite subject is history. He has won the Arkansas Beta Club Social Studies competition for the last 2 years and placed 5th at the National Convention in 1992. Kayleen Morgan is a senior, and her favorite subjects are Spanish and English. She plans to attend Hessen College to study nursing. Completing the 4 players for today, we have Justin Burgett, who is a sophomore. He has won awards in the State Geography Bee. His favorite subjects are math and science, and he hopes to attend the Naval Academy. The coaches for Rural Special are Kenny Perry, and I do not have the name of the other coach. And what's your name, sir? Roger Hipp. Thank you very much, Mr. Hipp. This completes your team for Rural Special. As you well know, coaches, we cannot hold competitions without judges. I'd like to introduce the chief judge for the competition today is Gene Parker, who is supervisor of communications, English as a second language, and foreign languages with the Little Rock School District. Our additional judge is Susan Greer, who is a field services and foreign language specialist at the Arkansas Department of Education. Those are your judges. They will be ruling on the correctness of answers as we play throughout the match, although I will initially call correct or incorrect from the podium. The first quarter is here. We play toss-up questions only. Let's go. Who became President of the United States on August 9, 1974? Rural Special, Tim.
Gerald Ford.
Gerald Ford is correct. What Russian author wrote the massive novel War and Peace? Alpena, Steve.
Tolstoy.
Tolstoy is correct. In what country would one be if they were launching a boat into the Linganguian Gulf? Real Special, Jeremy.
No.
No answer? All right, can you take it, Alpena? Alpena, Steve.
Italy.
I'm sorry, it's the Philippines. A science question. Beta rays are one of the major types of emissions from radioactive elements. What type of subatomic particles comprise beta rays? Real Special, Tim.
Neutrinos.
That's incorrect. Alpena? Alpena, Jeremy.
Electrons.
Electrons is correct. Next question. In normal written English, what is considered the most frequently used? Alpena, Jeremy.
Iambic pentameter.
Incorrect. Let me complete for the Rural Special. What is considered the most frequently used letter? Rural Special, Tim.
E.
E is correct. A math question for you. What is the angle of 30 degrees in radian measure? Alpena, Steve.
Pi sixth.
Say again in a different form.
Pi over 6.
Pi over 6. Thank you very much. In what U.S. state is Seton Hall University? Rural Special, Tim.
New York.
Incorrect. Seton Hall University located. Alpena? Alpena, Jeremy.
North Carolina.
No, it's New Jersey. Who was serving as Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court at the time of the famous Marbury versus Madison decision? Real Special, Tim.
Marshall.
Correct. Our next question. What is the term for the abnormal weather condition which occurs when a layer of warm air, Real Special, Tim.
Temperature inversion.
Judges?
Yes, that is acceptable.
All right, acceptable. We were looking for a thermal inversion, temperature inversion. Fine. Next question. Of the 7 nations considered to make up Central America, which has the largest land mass? Real Special, Tim.
Nicaragua.
Correct. What abstract expressionist painter, famous for his large canvases of drip and swirling? Real Special, Tim.
Pollock.
Correct. Large canvases of dripped and swirling paint, was killed in an automobile accident. Next question. That's just to clear, please. Who became the first ruler of Great Britain in 1708 when England and Scotland were united? Real Special, Tim.
Mary, Queen of Scots.
Incorrect. Alpena? Alpena, Jeremy.
James I.
No, this time it was Queen Anne. Queen Anne. What daughter of a prominent American businessman was kidnapped by the SLA terrorist organization in 1970s? All right, time, I guess a little before you were born. Patty Hearst, Patricia Hearst. What Hungarian composer wrote the Dante Symphony? Alpena, Byron.
Bach.
Incorrect. Real Special. Kayleen.
Mozart.
No, it was Franz Liszt. What Western sheriff is remembered for killing Billy the Kid? Real Special, Tim.
Pat Garrett.
That's correct. Who was the Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court who headed the official investigation? Real Special, Tim.
Warren.
That's right, into the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. What would, this is a math question, you may need paper and pencil for this one. What would be the volume of a cylinder in terms of pi units if it has a radius of 12 units at its base and a height of 8 units? Real Special, Tim.
1,072 pi units.
Incorrect. Alpena, Jeremy.
1,152 pi units squared.
Oh, if you only had not added the pi unit square, I'll have to call it incorrect. It is 1,152 pi, not squared. All right. Nicely done, but one word too many. Although the most famous Thames River is in England, there is also a Thames River in the United States. In what state is real special Tim?
Connecticut.
Connecticut is correct. What American poet wrote the lines, "I celebrate myself and I sing real special Kayleen"?
Walt Whitman.
Walt Whitman. And "Sing Myself" in his famous song of self. For your 20th question and the end of the first quarter, what chemical element is named after a U.S. state? Alpena, Jeremy.
California.
That's correct. All right, that ends our first quarter of play. As we move into the second quarter, we have both toss-up and bonus questions. Teams, you know a correct toss-up question entitles you to a bonus opportunity. The score, Rural Special 100, Alpena 40. First question, second quarter. What Supreme Court decision was reversed by the Brown versus Board, Rural Special Tim?
Plessy versus Ferguson.
Yes, reverse the Brown versus Board of Education decision. Now for your bonus opportunity. Timekeeper, I will need 20 seconds on the clock. Timekeeper, I'll need 20 seconds. Okay. Name any 4 of the 6 categories for which a Nobel Prize is awarded. You have 20 seconds to name any 4.
Peace, literature, economics, and physiology.
Correct. The other that you could have mentioned was physics, chemistry, and physiology could have been called medicine. All right, nicely done. 20 points. Next toss-up. 3 more bonuses remaining. It's going to be who can hit the buzzer first. What popular singer is known as the Man in Black? Alpena, Jeremy.
Willie Nelson.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. The Man in Black, due to his usual habit of wearing dark clothing. Real Special, Jeremy.
Cash.
Johnny Cash it is. All right. Next bonus opportunity. Mountains it will be. In which mountain ranges are these mountains located? Mount Everest.
Himalayas.
Correct. Mount St. Helens.
Cascades.
That's correct. Mount Aconcagua.
Andes.
Andes. I'm glad you could recognize it. Mont Blanc.
Alps.
Correct. Again, 20 out of 20 for all 4 correct. Next toss-up question. What composer wrote the famous love theme to Romeo and Juliet? Real Special, Kayleen.
Bach.
That's incorrect. Alpena, Jeremy.
Tchaikovsky.
That's correct. Now for your bonus opportunity, we have musicians. I'll name a great musician and you name the instrument on which he achieved fame. The first is Jean-Pierre Rampal.
Violin.
No, it was the flute. Mistov Rovotopovich.
Piano.
No, it was the cello. Itzhak Perlman.
Violin.
That's correct. And Vladimir Horowitz.
Piano.
Piano. 2 out of the 4 correct for 10 points. 1 bonus opportunity remaining. Here is a math question. What is x minus 5 times 3x plus 2? Alpena, Jeremy.
3x squared minus 13x minus 10.
Correct. That gives you the 4th and final bonus opportunity. Timekeeper, I'll need 20 seconds again, please. This is on the Civil War. Name the 4 slave states that remained in the Union during the Civil War. You have 20 seconds in which to name all 4. Start the clock.
Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, Maryland.
All right, those are your 4 guesses, and you did it in less than 20 seconds. Your Kentucky, Maryland, and Missouri is correct. Tennessee is incorrect. So you have a total of 15 points. That now completes the bonus second quarter. We have a score of Rural Special 160 points, Alpena 85. We'll be right back.
It's all different kinds of shows that I like. They teach you things that you wouldn't have known, maybe.
I sat there and I watched all the way through Macbeth with my mouth hanging open like...
They show you books and they tell you a little bit about them. And they teach you about letters and numbers and how to count, how to read.
They bring the issues to us.
One thing, it's good for my mind, and another thing, my brother mostly gets the TV. I like him to watch educational programs.
All right, teams, it's now time for the 60-second round, or what we call the lightning round. Alpena with a score of 85, Rural Special score 160. Alpena, you get your first choice of the 3 categories of questions. Your choices are biology facts, presidents, or psychological conditions.
Biology facts.
Biology facts, it will be. All right, you will have 60 seconds. I will give you 10 questions about things you study in biology. Start the clock. What cell part provides energy for the cell?
Mitochondria.
Correct. What cell part produces foods in plant?
Vacuole.
Incorrect. What bone forms the kneecap in humans?
Patella.
Correct. What kingdom of organisms contains mushrooms?
Fungus.
Correct. What is the largest artery in the human body?
Aorta.
Correct. What is the more common name for erythrocytes?
Bacteria.
Incorrect. What does DNA stand for?
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
Correct. What part of the cell contains chromosomes?
Nucleus.
Correct. What is the master gland in humans?
Pituitary.
Correct. What is the general term for trees which drop their leaves in the fall?
Deciduous.
Deciduous is correct. Okay, coaches, that's 8 out of 10. Is that correct? Pardon me. Judges, I have number 2 and number 6. All right, thank you. Now, Rural Special, you have the opportunity for the 2 that they missed. 1, what cell part produces food in plants?
Chloroplast. Chloroplast.
That's correct. What is the more common name for erythrocytes?
Fungi.
No, you're going to be surprised. They're red blood cells. Red blood cells. 1 correct for Rural Special, additional 10 points. Now, 2 remaining choices, presidents or psychological conditions?
Presidents.
Presidents it will be. Identify the president associated with these events in military history. We'll wait for the clock to reach 60. And now we'll start. He commanded a PT boat in the Pacific Theater during World War II.
John Kennedy.
Correct. He led the Continental Army.
George Washington.
Correct. He defeated Robert E. Lee in 1865.
U.S. Grant.
Correct. He was a noted general in the War of 1812.
Jackson.
Correct. He led Allied forces at the D-Day invasion.
Eisenhower.
Correct. He was nicknamed Rough and Ready in his campaign against Mexican forces.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Incorrect. He fought in the Black Hawk War.
William Henry Harrison.
Incorrect. He led the famous Rough Riders at San Juan Hill.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Correct. He fought the Indians at the Battle of Tippecanoe.
William Harrison.
Correct. He served as naval officer in World War II and was once decorated by General MacArthur.
Jimmy Carter.
Incorrect. All right, I see 3. So that means they've got 7 correct for a total of 70 points. Now, Alpena, you have the opportunity for the 3 they missed. Can you tell me who the president was that was nicknamed Rough and Ready in his campaign against Mexican forces?
McKinley.
No, it was Taylor. Can you tell me who fought in the Black Hawk War?
Jackson.
This one will surprise you. It's Lincoln. And he served as naval officer in World War II and was once decorated by General MacArthur.
Bush.
No, it was Johnson. A little bit too late. Johnson. So none correct on the turnovers. That now ends the third quarter, or our lightning round. We have Alpena with 165, Rural Special with 240. We'll move us right into our fourth quarter, and in this quarter, all toss-up points are doubled. So each question is worth 20 points. Are you ready? What U.S. president was in office when man first orbited the moon? Real Special Tim.
Eisenhower.
Incorrect. Alpena Jeremy.
Kennedy.
No, this was Johnson, Lyndon Johnson. What class of plant hormones is responsible for the bending of leaves and stems toward light? Time, they're called auxins. What early American author wrote the popular story Rip Van Winkle? Real Special Tim.
Washington Irving.
Correct. What type of geologic forces produce kettle lakes? Alpena Byron.
Thermal.
Incorrect. Real Special Tim.
Glaciers.
Glaciers produce kettle lakes. What popular singer, songwriter had hits in the early 1970s with the songs Rocky Mountain High and Alpena Jeremy?
Denver.
Correct. John Denver. What U.S. president of the 20th century lived for almost 32 years after he left office? Real Special Tim.
Harry Truman.
Incorrect. Alpena. All right, in time, Alpena. Steve.
Eisenhower.
How about Herbert Hoover? Herbert Hoover. What is the term for the disease in which there is a severe deficiency of vitamin D or calcium? Real Special Tim.
Ricketts.
Ricketts it is. If a chemical element is referred to as a noble gas, how many electrons? Real Special Jeremy.
8.
8 is correct. Just yesterday, it was announced that Joe Montana would be leaving the San Francisco 49ers. Alpena. Steve.
Kansas City.
More specific.
Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs. What team's helmet will he be wearing next fall? What famous poet wrote the lines, "April is the cruelest month"? Real Special Tim.
T.S. Eliot.
T.S. Eliot in The Wasteland. What holiday falls on June the 20th this year? Real Special Tim.
Father's Day.
Father's Day. The Reconstruction period after the Civil War saw the occupation of the South by U.S. troops. What U.S. president withdrew these troops after Reconstruction? Real Special Tim.
Hayes.
Hayes it is. Well, some of you are so good, I would need a paper and pencil for this math question. You may not. What would be the area of a circle in terms of pi square inches if it has a diameter of 18 inches? Real Special Tim.
81 pi square inches.
That's correct. See, you didn't need a paper and pencil at all. What world leader is credited with coining the term Iron Curtain? Real Special Tim.
Winston Churchill.
That's correct. For her role in what 1987 movie did Cher win a Best Actress award? Real Special Justin.
Mask.
Incorrect. Questions complete. Alpena. Steve.
Moonstruck.
Moonstruck. What organization has a motto which begins, neither snow nor rain, rural special team?
U.S. Post Office.
That's correct. Nor heat nor gloom of night. U.S. Postal Service. What chemical compound composes the skeletons of coral? Alpena, Steve.
Oh, I don't. Calcium.
More specific?
I don't know.
All right. Real special team.
Calcium carbonate.
Calcium carbonate it is. Someone leaves Des Moines and travels north on Highway 69. What U.S. state will they enter upon crossing the Iowa border? Rural special team.
Minnesota.
Minnesota is correct. In an alphabetical list of the U.S. states, which state would appear first? Rural special, Justin.
Alaska.
Incorrect. Alpena, Jeremy.
Alabama.
Alabama. What future U.S. president served as Secretary of State under President James K. Polk? Real special teams.
Millard Fillmore.
Incorrect. Question is complete. Alpena. No answer? Time will be called. It is James Buchanan. For your final question, what famous American scientist won both the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1954 and the Nobel Prize for Peace in 1963? Real special team.
Pauling.
Pauling is correct. All right, that completes our match. Rural Special becomes the Class A state champion. The score is Rural Special 500, Alpena 245. That completes our... That completes our 4 state championship matches that we have brought you this week, but all 8 of the teams that you've seen Monday through Thursday will be back on Saturday for our overall state championship tournament. We start live at 6 o'clock for the 2 semifinal and final matches of the overall. We certainly hope you can join us. Thank you for being with us tonight.